Okay, greetings everyone. This is First Centurion 753 with the next episode with a new series. Excuse me, a new series for Geopolitical Simulator 4. And this series is the recommendation of patron Diogo Costa, and this is not Italy. What am I doing? Ireland. Here we go. Okay, Ireland is a republic. It is parliamentary regime. Political tendencies to the right. Population 5 million. Capital Dublin. Let's see. Temperate oceanic. GDP is 38.4 billion. Growth is at 8%. Wow, that's pretty solid. Unemployment is at 8%, which is strange for a high growth rate. Look at the inflation number. I like that inflation number. Very low. Give me room to grow there. And we are part of the euro. Maybe a euro independence movement might be going on here. Currency, the euro, right. Debt ratio, that's pretty high, 100%. We're going to have to bring that down. Look at that. GDP per capita, 50,000. That's better than the United States. Right? Where's the USA? Ching. Oh. Really? It's not as good as the United States. Alright. But the goal of the series is going to be to conquer the United Kingdom, I think was the suggestion, which has less of a GDP. We've already got them there. As Ireland. That's going to be difficult. FYI, it's going to take me a while to get there. But we're going to try to make some sort of, sort of an Irish imperialistic approach, I guess. So I guess I'm going to call this Irish imperialism, I guess. Here are the different political parties currently in Ireland. We've got Irish Worker Alliance, Irish Workers' Party on the far left, Irish Citizens Movement. There's an environmental movement. Which one am I? I am the... I don't know which one this is. I'm assuming it's that one, the Conservative Liberal Party. And then the Independent Party. So... Lenny Erwan. Let's go ahead and start this guy. Alright, so again, the primary goal is to conquer England. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but we'll see what we can do. We're going to try to take, I guess, like I said, an imperialistic Irish approach. Ireland's never really been an empire in history. I don't think there's ever been any time when they've had imperialistic ambitions. But we're going to go ahead and change that today, I guess. I looked at some surpluses here. We're definitely going to go sell a bunch of our surplus. Maybe get out of the EU. Imperialistic goals I was looking at. Alright, some other things may be to... I wanted to look at, like, conquering somebody to expand. And I guess I was looking at Trinidad and Tobago as a Caribbean expansion, with maybe putting eyes on Cuba or Venezuela, because those two countries tend to cause a lot of problems. Cuba a lot of times will go to war with the Bahamas. Maybe we can join there. So I was thinking about, I guess, for one, Ireland to match England. That's crazy right off the bat. No way I could ever do that. Look at the GDP. GDP of England is 2.8. They have more than 10 times our GDP. And military-wise, they have 160 nuclear weapons and 169,000. So I was thinking about maybe some sort of expansion, which is rare in the world, in the modern world today. Especially transatlantic expansion. That's something that I don't think the United States would ever put up with, referring back to the Monroe Doctrine days, right, in the 1800s. That precedent was established. Long ago. There's there's Cape Verde. Maybe we can reach Cape Verde. But I think the big goal would be to take over a country, and I don't want to move into these African countries. I mean, I was thinking Morocco. That's just, they're overwhelming. These Middle East countries, I'm not going to mess with them, I don't think. Venezuela is the nice target, because they're the ones that, the rest of the world, they seem to be disrupting the rest of the world. Cuba also is like a more of a rogue state. These are like rogue states, kind of. I mean, no, nowhere near the rogue state like that North Korea is. Right, they're really rogue and they're red, but they're definitely rogue states that other countries don't really like to put up with. And Venezuela, in particular, has got that oil. We know about that big oil. I can't really think I can expand in any European countries due to NATO and the EU. And again, the goal is going to be England, but just right off the bat, Ireland can't really match up against England, I don't think. But we could, you know, try to support some independence movements in England. I think first thing I'm going to do is try to go and do some political spying on England. So let's rearrange our Irish forces for pure Islam, huh? Let's take a look at our security budget here. Oh, first thing I want to do, I do have to manage the economy, sorry. First things first, you do have to manage economics in this game before you start off. So let's go ahead and check on our taxation. Get things in line. Most countries in the world are running a deficit, but when I play this game, I like to get a surplus going on right off the bat. And, you know, it's not as hard as you think. Some people think it's hard. It used to be hard for me when I first started playing. But one of the easiest ways to start off with a surplus, and I think I do this at the beginning of every series, is to just cut down slight readjustments on, oh, that's not right. On the Medicare reforms here, basically. These are pretty cheap. You can really boost all this special funding, and this is not really... Wow, alright, usually... Yuck! I guess I can do both of them. I was trying not to do both of them, because I did a playthrough, and with both... Or maybe I should just do one. With both, I took a pretty big hit. I just did like a couple weeks playthrough. That saves me 546 million. What happened? Did that come off? Oh, come on. What am I looking at here? Alright. Our deficit is 5.72. I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing, I guess. Boom, boom. Let's hit it. 2.1 billion. And let's work our way up this line here. Hit all these different departments. And again, this hits a lot of different special interest groups, which can give big endorsements and help maintain pretty strong popularity. Okay, nice. Alright, let's keep it at that. 1.1 billion. And that should be a pretty significant increase right off the bat there. The other nice way to raise money quickly, let's just run through this and see what the reactions are. We'll run through the first day. But another way to raise money quickly is through the turnover tax, which we're going to increase slightly. And here we go. Oh, no! That didn't work. Usually we get a bump. Like I said, I think I took off too much.
You're really peachy keen.
But these endorsements can definitely give us a boost. Usually, this will go up. But here we go, the environmentalists. How big is their... Wow, they're not that big. Usually the environmentalist movement is pretty large in a lot of these countries. This one is not. Let's go ahead and get an endorsement for next week. Change the date to Monday. Okay. Oh, this is a political party. I thought that was the Environmentalist Association. I should give up that seat there.
You will remain the face.
We're not going to get an endorsement from another political party, I don't think. So let's change this date to Wednesday. Get this woman to support us next week. And we'll get the human sharing organization to give us an endorsement the following week. I think if you have too many endorsements in a row, it sort of dilutes the effect. But some of these have more of an impact than others. And the oldest person in the country usually has a pretty strong impact on your on the endorsement.
Many people are left in the streets. It is absolutely necessary to do something.
Okay, well, we're gonna figure something out. But for right now, big cut in that budget deficit. Alright, so the next big move is turnover tax, like I said. This is pretty standard stuff. If you watch most of my series, this is basically what I do to adjust the economy. Nice big 1.5 billion. But if you check the polls, of course, like always, they're not usually for it. So what you have to do is you attach new reforms. And you can call it whatever you want. Tax Reform 1. There we go. From that, create the reform. And what did I want to add here? I was looking at what I wanted to add. Airline. Oh, inheritance. Inheritance. Cutting the inheritance tax, which is 16% right now. Doesn't bring in a huge revenue, but 16% is kind of high. We're going to cut that. That's only 51 million. That's plenty, but the 1.5 million we're going to gain. So cut that, and that should appease the right. And what does that do to the bill now? 58 against. And the other one that's usually a go-to is cutting that pornography tax. Oh no, increasing the pornography tax, sorry. Can't really get around justifying lowering the pornography tax. These politicians cannot afford that. So we just add that there, and that seals the deal, basically. I was also thinking about cutting airline taxes to try to increase tourism, because I think tourism could be a pretty big thing. Ireland's a beautiful country, from what I've heard, and from what I've seen in pictures, and there's a lot of tourist interest in Ireland. So I think that we should try to focus on a tourism industry. We actually get a pretty decent... This actually works well, so I can actually attach this. The people don't like it for some reason. I guess they don't want more tourists. But it will increase their revenue. It will increase their GDP and their revenue. So let's attach that there. So we get a nice, decent bill there. And unfortunately, that airline cut might actually dig into our popularity that was gonna go up because of it. Let's see what the reaction is. Air transport industry, it seems to be pretty much even. Champagne for her.
Yes.
Charming.
It's
Compliment.
okay.
And take out a party card.
Okay.
There we go. Beautiful. Alright, I probably shouldn't have cut the airline taxes. I should have waited on that one, but it was in my notes. And I had it. Okay, so. Oh, there it is. There's the endorsement. Statement in the press. She bumped us up to 54. Alright, so the next time, I'll probably do another turnover tax increase in, like, I don't know, a month or two, and then we'll avoid the airline cut to try to boost. Because typically passing bills will give you a boost as well. Oh, no. Riots. There's always riots. Okay.
That's not to be turned down.
What do we have here? Oh, we got a drunk. Oh, then maybe I can get away with, I don't really need her support. I guess I can encourage her to support this law, maybe.
No problem. I intended to do so.
Whoa. Voice just got manly. Okay. Charming. Alright, I don't think I need to do anything else with this one. I don't think there's too many options left there. Uprising in Dublin. Okay, sending the reinforcements. Police reinforcements. What happened there? Oh boy, it's pretty early for crashing in this. Police reinforcements sent in. Confirm that action. And I'll try to appear on television. See if we can't put down the uprising, which cost us 0.4 points.
Huh, that's not to be.
Charming.
Yeah. No. Okay.
See if we can get another bump. Oh, what happened there? We got hit with something. Authoritarianism. Authoritarianism from what? Oh, because of the police? That's nonsense. I guess police reinforcements causes authoritarianism now.
Your television appearance does not.
Usually it had no effect, but I guess something has changed. Happiness increase in Ireland, very good. Love of life.
The vote was held and the reform was adopted.
Alright, we got a little bit of a bump here, pretty small bump. Let's take a look at the rebellion. Looks pretty small. They're about done here. I probably didn't even need any police reinforcements. Public finance is up big time. Oh, that's from that passing that bill. Alright, let's get these police officers out of there. And into that mix. Throw some smoke grenades. It's with you. Why won't you throw that? Alright, the Irish police are taking care of business here. One more guy. And I think we've got everybody. Whoa! What's going on in that building? It's on fire. The National Parliament building went on fire. But I think we've put down the rest of the rebellion. Public finance is really coming around here. Finding funds. Launch a fundraiser campaign. We can't do that until the election period, I don't think. Which when is the elections actually? 2021. Get him. He's with this. Tear gas. For some reason they can't get him. I think they just... Did they get him? Can't get in there somehow. There we go. Okay, that should put down the rebellion.
We have subdued the rebel.
The uprising. Okay, so popularity is up to 59%. Taxation, budget deficit has been cut in half. Looking good. The next big move is going to be trade, and we'll use trade to stimulate the economy. And I don't want to trade with England. I was thinking about maybe trading with Germany and France. I should probably definitely trade with the United States. Even though we don't have the best relationship with the United States. We have a really good relationship with France and Germany. But like I said early on, it's going to probably be a some sort of imperialistic expansion somewhere in the northern Atlantic, I think. And I'm thinking about Trinidad and Tobago. Again, we can't take on England. That is just crazy, just going against England right now. And I don't think I'll have the resources to build up an army or a navy to. So some sort of expansion, I think, would be necessary in order to take on England. Of course, we'll need to probably bring in some allies as well. And I like the idea of just conquering Venezuela and taking their oil. But in order to do that, I think we need like a forward base. And a movement against Trinidad, and an invasion of Trinidad and Tobago seems to be an easy way to do it. Trinidad and Tobago, very weak. They're the one country that we have a greater military than. And I don't think they have too many allies. But really what we need to do is get our Secret Service involved in a lot of these in these countries. And we've got agents all over the place. We don't need any in Bahrain, or Bolivia, or Cambodia, or the Congo, or Guatemala, Libya, Mongolia, Nepal, North Korea. I was going to think about saving a few in North Korea. I don't need any agents in any of these countries. I think the game would be better if you could kind of like share information with people. Because I think that's something that typically goes on in the spy world. There's a lot of information sharing between countries, and that ends up playing a pretty big role, you know, in geopolitically. But we're gonna go for political spying here, and I guess I don't know. I have a ton of agents. Let's just send 50 there. Let's send 40 there. Oh, that's 400. I don't have that many. We'll send 40 there for political spying. And like I said, I was thinking about targeting Cuba or Venezuela, and I know those two are definitely dirty. There's definitely some stuff going on with them. We'll do political spying there. Just go 35 and Venezuela. Right there. Political spying there for sure. And England is our other target. That's our primary target, is England. So we want to find dirt on them immediately. And then we'll go into approaching terrorist groups, unions, political groups after that. Oh, I don't have a country here. United Kingdom. There we are. 50 agents. Meteor option is also available. That's like some sort of... that's blowing up a nuclear power plant, I think. Demolition of strategic objectives. And industrial spying. There's a lot of options there. I wish you could do more than one option, too. That was the one thing. You know, with enough agents, you could do more than... You should be able to do more than one option. That would be nice. Alright, so let's try to increase our agent training here. 15 million, not a bad thing. Fight against terrorism, do we want that? 50 million, let's bump it up a little bit. We want political espionage. 49 million. A little below 50 million spending there. Sounds good to me. Alright, that'll probably give us a little bump too with the Secret Service employment. Alright, so the goal, I guess, Trinidad and Tobago as a base in the Caribbean, a launch pad for possible Cuba and Venezuela. Cuba, again, when they invade the Bahamas, you might be able to get a bunch of people
I'd be happy
to help,
That's what we call entertaining.
which should give us something.
It's very
And Venezuela is also another one that's just, you know,
okay.
roguish state. Left wing. Both of them are left wing too, right? And that goes along with our ideology, since we are a right wing ideology. So that works out well. Bases in... Oh, another option might be bases in Spanish or Portuguese countries, because we're pretty close with them. Or France. We're at 60 here. Recipe for success. Very good. Okay. So we're thinking about establishing bases there. Leaving the Eurozone. Naval expansion. Possibly develop nuclear weapons if possible. These are all possible goals I'm thinking of. Trinidad and Tobago with eyes on Cuba or Venezuela or Guyana. And French bases. If we can get a French base in Guyana, that could set us up for taking these two countries. And maybe like an Irish colonial setup over here, I'm thinking. Cape Verde is the other option. Those are my imperialistic goals, I guess. And once I set up some sort of Irish empire in the North Atlantic, build up the economy, and then build up the army, establish yourself as a world power, then maybe we can take on England. But that's my best bet. So let me know what you guys think. What is the best way to go after England as Ireland in this game? Because that is the goal that's been set forth. And is there any other goals that you guys think I should have? Again, any Patreon supporters out there, you guys get priority as far as goals, expectations, and new series. I don't know if I'll be continuing the Greek series at all, but Brazil will continue. And I'm also going to try to expand on Twitch. I've been doing the... Oh, look at that. Nice. Economy's working out. Okay. I've been doing trans-ocean sailing on Twitch and loading them onto YouTube. However, those videos on YouTube are not monetized from me. I've noticed some commercials and advertisements on there. I don't know who's getting that money, but I am not getting it because it's been struck as a copyright. So I guess someone else is getting it. So any support on Patreon is appreciated. Also, if you don't have the funds, you can follow me on Twitch if you have a Twitch account, or subscribe on YouTube. Those are all supportive things. Or just leave a like and comment down below. All is appreciated. All emotional, financial, any type of support is appreciated for the channel and everything. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Alright, take care.